Genghis Khan, born Temujin, entered a world of conflict and strife. It was 1162, and the Mongolian steppe was a turbulent place. Tribes warred constantly over limited resources. The harsh environment made survival a daily struggle. Temujin's own life was marked by early tragedy and hardship. His father, a tribal leader, was poisoned by rivals, leaving the family vulnerable. This left young Temujin and his family struggling to survive in a hostile world. Despite these hardships, Temujin displayed remarkable leadership qualities from a young age. He was not only a skilled warrior but also a brilliant strategist, capable of outthinking his enemies. He understood the importance of alliances and sought to build strong relationships with other tribes. He formed key partnerships with powerful leaders, which would prove crucial in his rise to power. His charisma and vision attracted many followers who believed in his cause. He offered them unity and a chance for prosperity, something that had been elusive for so long. Through a combination of cunning and strength, Temujin overcame his enemies and solidified his power. He avenged his father's death, a pivotal moment that cemented his resolve. He subdued rival tribes one by one, bringing them under his control. He broke the power of traditional tribal structures, reshaping the social and political landscape. By 1206 he had achieved the unthinkable, uniting all Mongol tribes under his banner, creating a formidable force. In a grand assembly known as the Kurultai, Temujin received the title Genghis Khan, the Great Khan, ruler of all Mongols, marking the beginning of a new era. A new era had begun, one that would change the course of history forever. Genghis Khan's success stemmed from his unparalleled ability to unite the disparate and often warring Mongol tribes under a single banner. His vision and leadership transformed a fragmented society into a formidable force. He replaced traditional rivalries with a sense of shared identity and purpose, fostering a new era of cooperation among the tribes. To maintain order and unity, he introduced a unified legal code known as the Yasa, which was instrumental in governing the vast and diverse Mongol nation. The Yasa promoted loyalty and strict order within the newly formed Mongol nation, ensuring that everyone adhered to the same set of rules. Genghis Khan understood the critical importance of loyalty among his followers. He knew that a united front was essential for his ambitious plans. He rewarded his followers generously, distributing treasures and spoils of war to those who remained loyal and fought bravely by his side. By sharing the spoils of war fairly, he ensured that his warriors were motivated and dedicated to his cause. This fair distribution of wealth and resources fostered a sense of camaraderie and dedication within his growing army, making them a formidable force. Genghis Khan broke traditional tribal hierarchies, which often led to internal conflicts and power struggles. He promoted individuals based on merit and ability, rather than birthright, creating a more efficient and dynamic leadership structure. This meritocratic approach fostered a more fluid and dynamic society, where talent and hard work were recognized and rewarded. However, Genghis Khan's rise to power was not without bloodshed. His campaigns were marked by fierce battles and ruthless tactics. He ruthlessly eliminated his opponents, ensuring that no one could challenge his authority. By making examples of those who resisted his rule, he instilled fear and obedience among the people. This strategy of instilling fear and demanding obedience solidified his control over the Mongol people, ensuring their unwavering loyalty. By unifying the Mongols, Genghis Khan unleashed a powerful and disciplined force upon the world, capable of conquering vast territories. His ambitions would soon extend far beyond the steppes, as he set his sights on new horizons and greater conquests. The Mongol army, under Genghis Khan, was a force unlike any other. It was incredibly disciplined and organized. It relied on speed and mobility. Mongol warriors were expert horsemen. They could cover vast distances quickly. This allowed them to launch surprise attacks. The Mongols mastered the art of siege warfare. They adopted new technologies like gunpowder from China. They used these advancements to devastating effect against fortified cities. They employed psychological warfare to break the will of their enemies. They spread tales of their brutality to incite terror. Genghis Khan also understood the importance of intelligence. He created a sophisticated spy network. This provided him with valuable information about his enemies. He used this information to exploit weaknesses and plan effective campaigns. The Mongol army's adaptability and strategic brilliance made it nearly unstoppable. Under the formidable leadership of Genghis Khan and his successors, the Mongol Empire exploded outwards with unprecedented force. It grew with astonishing speed and ferocity, conquering lands and peoples with relentless efficiency. From their heartland in the vast and rugged Mongolian steppes, they launched campaigns that would see them conquer vast territories. They swept across Central Asia, Persia, and parts of Eastern Europe, leaving a lasting impact on these regions. The Mongols were not just conquerors. They were also pragmatic rulers who incorporated conquered peoples into their ranks. They welcomed skilled individuals, regardless of their origin, recognizing the value of their expertise and knowledge. This inclusive policy fueled their expansion, allowing them to harness the talents and strengths of a diverse population. It provided them with a constant influx of manpower and expertise, which was crucial for maintaining their vast empire. The Mongol Empire at its peak stretched from the Pacific Ocean in the east to the Mediterranean Sea in the west, covering an immense area. This vast empire connected east and west like never before, creating a network of trade routes that spanned continents. It opened up trade routes like the Silk Road, facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures. This facilitated cultural exchange and the flow of knowledge between different civilizations, enriching all who were part of this vast network. This period of Mongol rule, known as the Pax Mongolica, had a profound impact on the course of world history, shaping the development of many regions. Section 5 Pax Mongolica, Trade and Cultural Exchange under Mongol Rule. The Mongols, despite their fearsome reputation, were surprisingly tolerant rulers. They generally allowed conquered peoples to practice their own religions. They encouraged trade and cultural exchange. The Mongol Empire became a crossroads of civilizations. The Silk Road under Mongol protection flourished. Merchants and travelers could journey safely across the empire. This led to the exchange of goods, ideas, and technologies. Chinese silk and porcelain flowed westward. Persian carpets and Indian spices traveled east. The Mongols themselves were eager to learn from other cultures. They adopted new technologies and ideas. This openness and adaptability contributed to the cultural vibrancy of their empire. This period of peace and prosperity under Mongol rule left a lasting legacy on the Eurasian continent. Section 6 The Golden Age, Kublai Khan and the Yuan Dynasty. Genghis Khan died in 1227. His empire, however, continued to expand under his successors. One of the most notable was Kublai Khan, Genghis Khan's grandson. Kublai Khan completed the conquest of China in 1279. He established the Yuan dynasty, becoming the first foreign ruler of all of China. Kublai Khan was a shrewd and ambitious ruler. He moved the Mongol capital from Karakoram to Khanbalik, present-day Beijing. He commissioned the construction of a magnificent new capital city. He patronized the arts and sciences. This ushered in a golden age in China. Kublai Khan implemented administrative reforms. He introduced paper currency. He improved infrastructure. These measures fostered economic growth and prosperity. His reign marked the height of Mongol power and influence. Section 7 Cracks in the Empire, Division and Internal Conflict. The vastness of the Mongol Empire, which was once its strength, eventually contributed to its decline. Distances were vast, making communication and control difficult. Different parts of the empire developed their own identities and interests. This led to internal divisions. After Kublai Khan's death in 1294, the Mongol Empire began to fragment. Rival factions vied for power. Succession disputes became common. This weakened the central authority of the Khan. Internal conflicts drained the empire's resources and sapped its strength. The Mongol Empire, once unified under a common purpose, was now beset by internal strife. This paved the way for its eventual downfall. Section 8 The Fall of the Khans. External pressures and the Mongol decline. As internal divisions weakened the Mongol Empire, external pressures mounted. Conquered populations began to rebel. They challenged Mongol rule. The Black Death, a devastating pandemic, swept through Asia and Europe in the 14th century. It had a catastrophic impact on the Mongol Empire. It decimated populations and disrupted trade. In China, resentment towards Mongol rule grew. The Yuan dynasty faced increasing rebellion. In 1368, Zhu Yuanzhang, a peasant rebel leader, overthrew the Mongols. He established the Ming dynasty, ending Mongol rule in China. The Mongol Empire, once the mightiest on earth, crumbled. Its various khanates fell one by one. By the end of the 14th century, the Mongol Empire had largely disintegrated. Section 9. The Legacy of the Mongols, Echoes of an Empire. The Mongol Empire, though relatively short-lived, left an indelible mark on history. At its peak, it was the largest contiguous land empire the world had ever seen. It connected east and west, facilitating cultural exchange and trade on an unprecedented scale. The Mongols' military innovations, administrative techniques, and cultural tolerance influenced the course of history. Their legacy is complex and multifaceted. They were fierce warriors but also pragmatic rulers. The Mongol Empire serves as a reminder of the interconnectedness of civilizations. It highlights the profound impact that even seemingly distant cultures can have on each other. The echoes of the Mongol Empire still resonate today.